Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to talk about one of my favorite stocks, Apple stock, ticker symbol AAPL. Analyze their financials, their possible growth opportunity, their valuation, and talk about whether I'm buying more or not of this stock. If you are new to my channel, welcome. Please consider subscribing and smashing that like button since it really helps the channel out. Also, I have a completely free Discord group chat where we talk about stocks, cryptocurrencies, penny stocks, and more. So if you would like to join, the link for that is down in the description below. Now, Apple. I would assume all of you already know what Apple is and what they do or sell. It is a giant tech company that is currently trading at $132.05 per share and has a huge market cap of $2.2 trillion. A lot of people that have invested in this company before or have wanted to invest see Apple as a company with small and constant growth since it is a huge, very old company. That is normal since people have seen how their growth has decreased or consolidated in the past years. Even their iPhone sales have decreased in 2018 while their other product sales such as iPad, Macs, and more have actually increased. The thing is that iPhone sales count for over 50% of their sales, which obviously is not the best thing ever, and that is why they have been trying to diversify even more. They are a massive hardware company with their iPhone, iPad, Macs, Apple Watch, Apple TV, and more, but have entered into the digital services industry since the margins are much better. They have Apple Music, Apple TV Plus, Apple Arcade, iCloud, Apple News Plus, and the newest one, Apple Fitness Plus. With all these, they enter into the new industries such as the streaming industry, where they compete with Netflix, Disney Plus, and others. This is one of the reasons why I think Apple still has good potential and could give us a nice return in the long term. They are obviously facing an old industry, but are going into a digital service industry, which in my opinion will give them nice gains in the long term. According to Apple World, as of May 29, 2020, Apple TV Plus had 10% of streaming market share right after Disney Plus. Obviously nowhere near Netflix and Amazon Prime, Hulu, or even Disney Plus. Even though Disney launched their streaming service a year ago, just like Apple, Disney already had a content which Apple didn't, and they needed to start creating content from zero. That is why their growth in the streaming service has been slower in comparison to Disney Plus. With Disney Plus, we learned that with good quality content, you are able to get tons of paid subscribers fast, and if Apple wants to grow faster, they should either continue producing content or do what Netflix does, acquire an existing one. I do think that with time, Apple will start gaining more and more market share in the industry, and their other services will see a massive growth as well, if and only if they maintain the quality. Another huge thing Apple launched this year was their M1 chip for the Macs. M1 chip just came out replacing Intel and giving better performance to their products. I do have to say that I like this company because in comparison to others, I do test almost all the products. I already bought the new MacBook Pro with the M1 chip and I compare it with my boyfriend's laptop, which has a 15 gigabytes of RAM just like mine, but with an Intel chip, and I do have to say that it is impressive, the difference. If I edit a video with his laptop, I would listen to the fan, and if I have a lot of things open, it would get worse. With mine, I had a lot of apps open and edited a video and did not listen anything. It did not crash nor pull me out of the app. That is what they have done with their iPhones, iPads, Apple Watch, and more when using their own chips, which improve even more the quality and performance of their products. And that, in my opinion, will bring them more and more growth in the long term, as it also leaves them with more money. And now they started developing their own 5G modem. Apple has started building its own cellular modem for future devices, a move that would replace companies from Qualcomm Inc. This will enable them to have a rich pipeline of innovative products for the future. I do have to say that I like how slowly they are converting into a vertical integrated company which produces everything in-house. Obviously, they still have a lot to do to be fully vertically integrated since they have other companies such as Foxconn, which is the sole assembler of the iPhone 12 Pro and Pro Max. Now, obviously, I decided to make this video, one, because a subscriber asked for it, 2, because I love the company, and 3, because of their latest news about the possible electric vehicle. Apple's electric vehicle is supposed to be significantly advanced in battery design that simultaneously offers radical reduced cost and increased range, with LiDAR sensors included like the ones that we have in our iPhone 12 Pro. Obviously, this is huge since the electric vehicle industry is growing more and more every single year. This car will apparently come out by 2024, but obviously we know how long it took Tesla to be able to make profit out of it. But Apple could easily improve the user experience with their hardware, software, and services. And as Morgan Stanley said, Apple possesses the key ingredients that we believe are critical to be successful in the future auto industry: access to capital and ability to attract and retain top talented, proven hardware design, and a rich ecosystem to leverage recurring subscription services revenue. And that is completely true. Apple is a $2 trillion company that has access to a huge amount of money if needed, and we all know that the electric vehicle industry needs a lot of money for research and development of their vehicles. Also, Apple and Hyundai are reportedly planning to team up and build a beta version of an electric car by 2022, since they might sign the deal by March 2021. With a deal in place, the companies may have a beta version of the vehicle ready by next year. Mass production of the self-driving electric vehicle could begin by 2024. The plan would be to build about 100,000 vehicles in the US that year, but would eventually build a US factory that will be able to make around 400,000 vehicles each year. Now, what do I think about all this? I think that it is huge news since, as I said, the industry is growing really fast and could give a huge growth for Apple as well. Also, Apple, being such a big company, has a lot of cash to be able to invest in research for the vehicle, and if they needed more cash, I'm sure they are able to get it, since that has never been a problem for them. And also, they are the biggest company with die-hard fans that wait in line for hours to get newest iPhones, and that gives them a huge brand recognition that could help them with this project. But now, let's check their financials. Their fiscal year ends on September, but do have to say that it was a little bit different than past year, since they tend to launch their latest iPhone in September, and we see how it went in the third quarter. But because of the pandemic, they launched their iPhone 12, 12 Pro, and 12 mini on October and November, meaning that those numbers will be reflected in their next quarter report, which they see it as their quarter one of 2021 that will come out on January 27th. So for the 2020 fiscal year, they had total net sales of $274.5 billion, which most of it came from their products, and a net income of $57.4 billion. But what I wanted to show you guys is their balance sheet. They have $38 billion in cash and cash equivalents, total asset of $323.8 billion, and total liabilities of $258.4 billion. Yes, they have $98 billion in total debt, but they are more than capable of paying that off. What I want to say with this is that a company that is able to have $98 billion in debt is no joke, and will be able to raise more capital if needed for the new project about the electric vehicle. But we have to take into consideration that they continue producing money every year. Apple is a cash machine, and that is not a secret. Now, here you can see over 50% of their sales come from iPhones, but we do have to take into consideration that the number should reduce with time, and that is what they have been trying since their iPhone sales have been dropping year over year. For example, their services used to be 14% of their sales, and in 2020 it was almost 20% of their sales. That is impressive, and I think they are going to grow even more next year. Obviously, the pandemic helped a lot, but still it is very good. I do think that the electric vehicle will take time, but will most likely surpass all of them because of their price and growth potential. Now, for the next quarter, analysts are expecting a growth of 15.60% in revenue, which obviously is a very, very nice growth for Apple, and are actually expecting a revenue growth of 25% for the next quarter. I do think that this is possible since their iPhone 12 hit record highs in sales, and also one of their major suppliers, Foxconn, beat revenues expectations, which let us know that Apple might have had a very nice quarter. Would like to know what you guys think about Apple. Is it a long-term hold for you guys? In my opinion, it is a stock worth having in my portfolio. I started buying back again last year, 2020, and I'm planning on adding more to my position since I think in the long term it's a very nice investment with a very nice growth potential. For example, today as of 10 a.m. it dropped 2.04% and I added to my position, so right now I'm only up 6.53% in my position, which I think is fine. It represents 3.88% of my portfolio, and I have an average cost of $121.42 per share, which obviously increased since I bought at higher prices. I started buying last year when it was around $116 and $112 per share, and right now it's about $129 per share, but still I think that in the long term it will be a very nice investment. Thank you everyone for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please smash that like button and subscribe since it really helps the channel out. Remember about the completely free Discord group chat, the link for that is down in the description below. Thank you and see you next time.